Good morning student. I am going to explain you NCERT question of chapter motion. The first question of exercise is an athlete complete one round of a circular track of diameter 200 meters in 40 seconds. So this is a circular track. An athlete moves in a circular path which having the diameter of 200 meters. It means the radius of this circular path is 100 meters. And he takes 40 seconds to revolve around this circular path. What will the distance cover and the displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? So you have to find how much distance will he cover in 2 minutes 20 seconds. So again, athlete cover one round in how much time? In 40 seconds. So first you should you have to find out how much revolution he has taken in 2 minutes 20 seconds. So for finding the number of revolution, first we have to convert the 2 minutes 20 seconds into seconds. It is 2 minutes 20 seconds. So time is equal to 2 minutes plus 20 seconds. So we will convert minute into seconds by multiplying it by 60. Yes. So it will be 2 into 60 plus 20 second. That is 120 plus 20, 140 seconds. So it means first you should know what is the position of the athlete after 140 seconds. Since he complete one round in 40 seconds, so he will complete 2 rounds in 80 seconds and 3 rounds in 120 seconds. And the remaining 20 seconds he will cover with the half round. Or the method for finding the number of revolution is you will divide this total time by the time taken by the athlete to complete one revolution. That is the number of revolution, that is how much time he takes to in 140 seconds. Now how much revolution he will take in 140 seconds. So what will you do? You will divide total time 140 divided by the time taken by the athlete to complete one round. It is 140. 2 and 7. That is 3.5. It means after 140 seconds, the number of revolution taken by the athlete is 3.5. It means if we start from this point A, then after 1 revolution and 2 revolution and 3 revolution, he will be there at this point again. But after the half revolution, he will be here at this point B. So you have to find the distance and the displacement in 140 seconds. So you will say the distance covered by the athlete is equal to circumference multiplied with the number of revolution. Distance means the actual part covered by the body. It is circumference multiplied with the number of revolution. Circumference 2 into pi into r is how much? 100. Sorry. Yes. We have to multiply it by number of revolution. 200 meter. This is the distance covered by the athlete in 3.5 revolution, or we can say in 140 seconds. Now what about the displacement? You know the displacement is the shortest distance between the initial and the final position. So you will say that after 3.5 revolution he will be at this point B. So the shortest distance between the A and B is the diameter of the circle. So we will say displacement is equal to diameter, that is 2 into 100. It is 200 meter. Okay. This is the first question of exercise. Now you can pause video for writing answer. I will explain you the second question. So second question is Joseph jogs from one end A to another end B of a straight line 300 meter road. So this is point A and this is point B, which is at the distance of 300 meter. The distance between the A and B is 300 meter in a straight line. And Joseph takes 2 minutes 30 seconds for moving point A to point B. It means it is 2 minutes and how much seconds? 2 minutes 30 seconds. Yes. So first we should know we have to convert the time into seconds because time the SI unit of time is seconds and generally we use the unit of time seconds. So we can say it is 2 into 60 plus 30. It will be 120 plus 30 will be 150 seconds. So actually the time taken by the Joseph to move from point A to B is 150 seconds. Again. Then turn around and jogs 100 meters back to the point C. And then from at the point B, he turned around. It means he is moving like this, and after reaching the point B, he moves like this and then move to the point C in a straight line in another 1 minute. So he moved from B to C. Now the C is here because after turning, he will move the same path. He will move on the same path. So at this point C, the distance between the B and C is 100 meters. And the time taken by Joseph to move this path, to move from point B to C is 1 minute, or we can say 60 seconds. Now the time taken by Joseph to move from B to C is 60 seconds. Joseph averages speed, average velocity from A to B and from A to C. So in first case you have to find the average speed from A to B. You know the formula of average speed. Average speed means total distance upon total time. That is total distance upon total time. Total distance is 300 meters and total time taken is 150. So it will be 2 meters per second. This is the average speed of Joseph. Now what about the average velocity? We know the average velocity is total displacement upon total time. From point A to B, the displacement of Joseph's wave again 300 meters. So for finding the average velocity from point A to B, okay, from A to B, okay, I'm writing here from A to B. First we find the average speed, it is 2 meters per second, and the average velocity will be total displacement upon total time. So total displacement is 300 again and total time is 150. It is 2 meters per second again. So it means if Joseph moves in a straight line and from point A to B, the average speed and the average velocity both are equal for Joseph. Now the second part, we have to find the average velocity from A to C. Average speed and average velocity from A to C. This is the point A and this is the point C. So for finding the average speed, we know that we should know the total distance and the total time. So I'm not going to rub this formula because we will use the same formula. Again, for writing answer, you can pause video. Now we are going to find the average speed from A to C. Now the total distance covered by the Joseph from A to C is, it is 300 plus 100. 300 meters from A to B and 100 meters from B to C. And total time is 150 plus 60, it will be 210. Yes. So again it will be 400 upon 210. We can cancel it by we can cancel 0 only. It is 40 upon 21 meter per second. This is the average speed of Joseph from A to C. And what about the average velocity? For average velocity, we should know the total displacement. And what is the displacement from A to C? Since the displacement is the shortest distance, so we can say the shortest distance is 300 minus 100, it is 200 meters. So total displacement is 200 and the total time is 150 per 60, it is 210. Or we can say 20 upon 21 meter per second. So in this case, the displacement and distance are not equal. So the average speed and average velocity do not have the same values. So this was the question second. Now I'm going to explain the third question. Pause video for writing answer. Third question. Abdul, while driving to school, compute the average speed for his trip to be 20 km per hour. The average speed from his house to school is 20 km per hour. So, average speed of Abdul is equal to 20 km per hour. Yes, it is given the question. On his return day, now he returned. Suppose he start from his house and he moved to the school. It's not necessary that it is in a straight line. It can be a curved path, but it doesn't matter for in the case of speed. In case of velocity it matters, but in case of speed doesn't matter. So on his return trip, so first he moved from point A to B and having the average speed of 20 km per hour. And then when he returned to along the same route, there is a less traffic and the average speed of the is 30 km per hour. Now when he returned to his house, his average speed is now 30 km per hour. So here it's not important that the path is straight. It doesn't matter because in case of speed we don't need to show the direction of the motion of the body. So it can be path like this. Yes, it can be like this. So it doesn't matter in case of speed. So average speed of Abdul when he returned in same path is equal to 30 km per hour. Okay. You have to find the average speed of Abdul entire trip. So we know the formula of average speed. It is total displacement, distance upon total time. For average velocity, we need the total displacement. But in case of average speed, we need only the total distance upon total time. So for finding the average speed, we know the formula total distance upon total time. But we have only the speed of the journey. We don't have the distance, we don't have the time. So what should we have to do? Suppose the distance from his house to school is x. Let the distance between the A and B is x. So we can say let distance covered by Abdul is equal to x. So then let the distance covered by the Abdul in his journey is x. Now we know that the speed of the Abdul is 20 km per hour. So can you find the time taken by Abdul? Yes. Time is equal to distance upon speed. So the time is x upon 20. It means for covering the distance of x kilometer, the time taken by Abdul is x upon 20 hours because the speed is in kilometer per hour. Since he returned on the same route, so we can say when he returned back, the distance covered by the Abdul is again x. So I have to run some part here. I am going to rub it. Distance for return trip is equal to again x. Now on the return trip again he has a distance, he has to cover the distance x. The speed for the return trip is 30 km per hour. So can you find the time taken by the Abdul to come back? Yeah, it is x upon 30. That is the distance upon the speed. Now for average speed we should know total distance and total time. What is the total distance covered by Abdul? Total distance covered by Abdul is equal to First he cover x and then again he cover the x kilometer. It means 2x. And what is the total time taken by Abdul during the entire trip? Total time. In first case he take the time x upon 20, or in second case he take the time x upon 30. So we can add both the times. It will be x upon 20 plus x upon 30. And we can add it by taking LCM. The LCM will be 60. 3x plus 2x. Is it? Yes. It is 5x upon 60. So this is the total time taken by the Abdul during the entire trip. Now we can easily find the average speed. So again I have to rub this board because I have a very short board. So you can pause video for writing this whole part, and I am going to rub it now. So now we can apply this formula. Average speed is equal to total distance upon total time. Total distance is 2x. Is divided by total time is, it is 5x upon 60. Okay. If you want to change the division into multiplication, what we have to do? We have to reciprocal this term, that is 60 upon 5x. Yes, x is cancelled with x. 5, 1 to 12. 12 is a 24 kilometer per hour. So this is the average speed of Abdul during the whole trip. This was the question number 3. Okay, you can write this answer. Then I will explain you the 4th question. Next question is, the next question is, a motor boat starting from rest on a lake accelerate in a straight line at a constant rate of 3 meter per second square for 8 seconds. This is the question number 4. A motor boat starting from rest. Starting from rest means u is equal to 0. When a body starts from rest, its u becomes 0. On a lake, accelerate in a straight line at a constant rate of 3 meter per second square. So 3 meter per second square, by saying a unit, you can say what is this value. This is acceleration. Yes. 3 meter per second square. For 8 seconds, time is equal to 8 seconds. How far does the boat travel during this time? You have to find distance covered by the boat in this time period. So again, you have to see which equation of motion you can use for finding value of s. So we will use second equation motion s is equal to ut plus half at square. As we have to find u is 0 into t8 plus half into 3 into 8 square. S is equal to 0 plus 1 upon 2 into 3 into 8 is 64, 32. 32 3 is a 36, it is 9, 96 meter. This is the distance covered by the motor boat during the 8 seconds. So easy question, question number 4. Now question 5. A driver of a car traveling at 52 km per hour applies the brake and accelerates uniformly in the opposite direction. The car stops in 5 seconds. Okay. In this question, we have the value of u in kilometer per hour. Since the time is in seconds, so we have to convert the kilometer per hour into seconds. Or again, for the velocity and displacement, for velocity, we use the SI unit, that is the meter per second. So okay, I am going to rub it. Question number 5. A driver of a car traveling at 52 km per hour. This is the initial velocity of car. Question number 5. So you will say u is equal to 52 km per hour. You want to convert it into, you have to convert it into meter per second. So what will you do? You will multiply it by 5 upon 18 into 5 upon 18. 18 4 ja. No. It can be cancelled only by 2. 9 ja, 2 is a 4, and 2 6 are 12. Yes, yeah. So it is 130.9 meter per second. Okay, again let me check my calculation. 6 are 33 carry. Okay, yes. This is the U. Apply brake and accelerate uniformly in the opposite direction means the acceleration is negative. The car stop in 5 seconds. Car stop means the final velocity of the car is 0 and the time taken by the car to stop is 5 seconds. And the driver going at 3 km per hour. Okay. I am making the partition for both the different drivers. Another driver going at 3 km per hour. So the initial velocity of driver is 3 km per hour. Again we will convert it into meter per second by multiplying it by 5.18. 6. It will be 5.6 meter per second. In another car, applying his brake slowly and stop in 10 seconds. Again he apply brake and stop means initial velocity, final velocity becomes 0 and time is how much? It is 10 seconds. On the same graph paper. On the same graph paper, plot the speed versus time graph for the two cars, which of the two cars travel farther after the brake were applied. Okay. So first you have to draw the graph. For drawing the graph, if you want any calculation, then you have to change it into meter per second. But in case of graph, if you don't need to change the values into meter per second. Suppose you are drawing the graph here. You know, on the y-axis, on the x-axis it represent the time, and on the y-axis it represent speed. So 52 and 3. Yes. What scale we should use? So we can use a scale. One side it is for 10. Yes, 10 km per hour. 10, 20, 30, 40. 50 and 60. So speed is in kilometer per hour. And what's about the time? Time is in seconds. So we need the time. Okay, I don't write the value here. It is how much? 5 seconds. Yes. So, or in the second case, these are 10 seconds. So we can take the scale as 1 second is equal to 2 unit, 2 seconds, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. So we can use the different scales on different axes, like on the x-axis and the y-axis. We represent on the x-axis the time and on the y-axis we represent the speed. And we are taking the speed in kilometer per hour. On the graph paper doesn't matter that you have to, it is not important that you change the values in meter per second here. And time we are taking in seconds. So for 5 seconds, initially the speed of the car is 52. Yeah, it will be here in your graph paper. You have 10 boxes in graph paper, so you can easily show that there is a value of 52. After 50, you will move up to the 2 small box. So it is 52. And in 5 seconds, he come to the rest. And the acceleration is uniform. So you have to draw the straight line. So when it's 5 seconds, 5 seconds will be here. So this is the graph for the first driver. Second driver having the speed of 3 km per hour. It will be like here in the 3 small box you will represent 3 km per hour. And he come to rest in 10 seconds. Is it? Yes. So here's 10 seconds. So you will show that. This is the graph. You will use the scales for drawing the graph. I don't have a scale. So it can be possible that my line is not so straight. So again, this is the graph. Which of the two cars travel farther after brakes were applied? So first you have to draw the graph. In the second part, if you want to find the distance covered by both the drivers, for the first one, you know the value of u, v and t. So for finding s, we will use, first we have to find the acceleration here. So we can find acceleration by using the first equation of motion. V is equal to u plus at. V0, u is 130/9 plus a, we have to find, and time is 5 seconds. So it will be, A will be 130 upon 9 multiplied with the 5. After calculation, you will bring this 5 weight here towards the LHS. It will be negative, and then 5 will move towards the denominator in RHS. So we can cancel 130 by 5. It will be 5 to the 10, 5 6 to the 30. It will be 26 upon 9 minus meter per second square. This is the acceleration of the first driver. And then for finding the displacement covered by the body, you can use second or the third equation of motion. So I'm going to rub. I have to rub this board because I have a very small board. So please write down these values because I'm going to rub it. So for finding the distance, I'm using the third equation of motion. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. V0 is equal to use how much? 130 upon 9 square. Minus 2 into a is how much? 26 upon 9 into s. So we will multiply 26 by 2. It will be 52. 52 upon 9 s. So we will bring this value here towards the LHS, and its sign will change. 52s upon 9 is equal to 130 into 130 upon 9 into 9. I am going to square this value of 130 upon 9. So s is equal to 130 into 130 upon 9 into 9, and by cross multiplication method we get here 52 and here 9. So 9 will cancel with 9. 13, yeah, we can cancel it by using 13. 13 10 ja and 13 4 ja. Yes. Again we can cancel it by 2. 2 to the 4 and 2 65. So what are the values here now? 2 will cancel 10 by 5 times. 65 into 5 in the numerator, and in denominator we have only 9. So by multiplying it we can find the distance covered by the first driver. And again, now we have to find the distance covered by the second driver. So this is the value of distance covered by the first driver. Again, I have to rub this part of the board. You can pause video for writing answers. So for the second part, again we have to find the acceleration first. So we say V is equal to U plus A into T minus A into 10 is equal to 5.6. So what is the value of A is 5 upon 6 into 10. 5 to the 10. It is 1 upon 12 meter per second square. This is the acceleration for the second case. Is it? Yes. So the distance covered, we will use the third equation of motion. V square is equal to U square. What is the value of U? 5.6. U square plus 2 into A, again it will be negative. So 2 into A into S. Yeah, it has a very fractional calculation, but okay. 2 6 to 12. So we will bring this value here towards the LHS. Its sign will change. S upon 6 is equal to 25 upon 36. So S is equal to 25 multiplied with the 6 upon 36. 6 6 to 36. 25 upon 6. It will be 4.10. 6 1 just 6. 40. Near about 4.16 meter. And again we have to calculate it. 5 is 25 to carry upon 9. So it will be 55, 36 point something. So it means the distance covered by the first driver is more as compared to the second one. So not so easy calculation, but due to the friction it becomes difficult, but not so difficult. So this is the question number 5. Again, in case of any doubt from this exercise, now you will complete this exercise from NCERT book. or in case of any doubt on this exercise, you can ask me in your Zoom class. Or again, if there is problem in your Zoom class, like a net problem, then you can ask me in your classroom. Then I will explain these questions in the next video.